today we're going to talk about a new offering from Solace called LastPass. LastPass is a password keeper, and what it does is it stores all of your passwords in a digital format in a secure, safe vault. And what this allows you to do is, and we'll go through these step by step, but what it allows you to do is save all your passwords for all of your websites, work logins, any login that you have. It saves those and allows you to have very encrypted passwords that make no sense at all, that you don't need to remember. As long as you don't forget your master password to log into LastPass, you can have thousands of passwords in there and every one of them be different. One of the biggest threats today is that we use the same password for every website because we have to change our password and we only want to remember one password, so we use the same password for every website. Well, that's a pretty big threat, because once somebody learns the one password, they then have access to all of your passwords. So today we're going to jump right into to LastPass. So what I have is I have an incognito window, and I'm going to go ahead and log into LastPass, and it's lastpass.com. We have better pricing than the personal and the business, and ours is recommended for small businesses, small to medium businesses. And what it does is it allows one admin owner or multiple admins to manage the account on behalf of all the employees. Okay, what that means is you, even though your passwords are stored, if you were to leave, the company passwords stay with the company. They don't continue with the user. However, you do have a personal vault that can stay with you. Okay, so you can log in, you can change your email to a personal email or something like that, and you can save those to your you'll have those forever for your personal bank accounts or personal logins, Netflix, those types of things, right? So let's go ahead and log in, and ours is a little different right now, and so and you're going to see some information here. This is how I log in, and I have a very complex master password. However, it is not easy to guess. It doesn't mean anything to me or anything to anybody else, but it's one password, and I have it in a format that I can easily remember it. Okay. And I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background, but it is pouring right now. Ooh, isn't that interesting? I mistyped. Let's see, there we go. Now, on top of this, because it's a business account, we have Solace set up with Duo. So I can send myself a push, and that's going to come up for me anyways. It comes up on my Apple Watch, and I say approve, and I'm logged in. Okay, now as you can see, I have a lot of different things. All right, these starting with shared accounting, these are our passwords that we have for that I and the partners of Solace ITS share with our controller. So there's things like bank accounts, vendor access, those types of things. And here, anything the controller would have access to. And the three of us, or four of us, actually all store our personal, or not our personal passwords, but our passwords. Like we may have, 4 different logins to a bank account because each partner has their own login. We store all of that in here, so it's all readily available. So if something happens to one of us, somebody else has access to that password. We have a shared management team, This is 5 employees of Solace that have access to these passwords. We had a shared marketing account, and these are things like our Gmail account for Google Analytics. They are our Apple account for managing marketing via Apple, and those types of things. Our CRM tools, those kind of things. And then my wife and I have a separate shared household, and this is completely separate from these. So if I was to leave the company, everything from here down would go with me. Okay. LastPass does a really good job of automatically putting different things in categories. Okay. And if it doesn't know what category to put it into, it just puts it into none. And apparently, I have a whole lot of passwords in none. I have 392 different passwords in none. So, as you can tell, I log into a lot of things. On the left hand side, I can store, you can see what I can store in here. I can store passwords, notes, addresses. I can even use this as an address book. Or if you need to, let's say you check out at, I don't know, you're buying some clothing at LL Bean with LL Bean Business that already has your logo on it or something, right? So you can store your shipping address in here, those kind of things. And LastPass will automatically fill that out on the website. Payment cards, so credit cards, those kind of things. Again, if you go to a website and you check out, LastPass can automatically save all of that. And then bank accounts, you can save different information for your bank accounts here, and we have some of that under our shared accounting, like routing numbers and that kind of stuff. Um, from in the past, like early on, LastPass had an issue, and they've cleaned all that up. So ever since the early 2010s, LastPass has been a solid use of a solid place to store your passwords. The things that this takes care of are things like getting rid of, and we see this all the time, sticky notes stuck to the back of a keyboard, or sticky notes stuck to the side of a monitor with bank account information and that kind of stuff. You never want to leave those things hanging around just for anybody to find. So, you want to make sure that stuff is secure. And what's wonderful about LastPass is, as long as you remember that master password, you can have all of this stuff. So let me show you how it works, okay? We're going to go to a blank page, and as you can see, I'm in incognito tab. So let's go to a website I don't go to very often, yahoo.com, okay? And let's go ahead and log in there. Actually, it already has me logged in. I did not sign out. So let me do that real quick. All right, so I'm going to sign in, and it's asking me for my username, okay? And we're going to go ahead and click on that. And as you can see, my password already populated, okay? So it already populated from LastPass, and it's a very long password, okay? And I'm going to show you how to change that. So if I go to next, it's going to go ahead and log me in. Actually, it's going to verify me first, and it's going to ask me about that information. And by the way, if you saw any of this stuff at the top, please don't ever click any of those ads. Those will get you in trouble quicker than you can imagine. As soon as you hit sign in, it's going to ask you for some password that you know, and next thing you know, you're going to be in trouble. That's one of the reasons I don't use this as a search tool or anything like that. You do have some capabilities in Chrome, and especially now in Edge, to block these types of ads. So if you see this stuff up here, that means this is definitely an ad, and you click on that and you're going to be in trouble. And you can always go to the bottom. Way down at the bottom here, you can see that's one long click link down there. So you definitely don't want to click any of that. But anyways, let's go to my inbox. There's nothing in there. I don't use it. So here's another ad that just popped up. I don't want to customize the look. What I do want to do though is I want to go here and I want to manage my account, and I want to go to account info, and I want to update my oh, you're getting all kinds of good information about me today. I want to update my security, and I want to change my password. Okay, so what's really neat about LastPass is it's going to recommend a password to me. Okay, there's no way I can remember this password, and if it's different for every single website, it's going to be very hard to remember that, right? So if I hit the customize button here, my password length is 20 characters, okay, and it's made up of lowercase, uppercase numbers, and randomized symbols. So you have all these options. I can make this password 60 characters if I want. And it will be, obviously I can't guess that, and it's going to take somebody trying to hack your password hours upon hours and days upon days to try and do a force password hack, right? If you just have a 6-digit password and it's the name of your dog with a 1 behind it, and next time you're requested to change your password, you change it to a 2, and so on and so forth. That's going to really make your passwords easy to guess. Okay, so I'm going to change this back, and I'm going to make it 25 characters. Okay, now just to make sure, I'm going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to save it to a notepad. All right, and I'm going to save it to my notepad, and you'll see again there's a great password. Don't worry, I will change it as soon as before this video goes out. And I'm going to make sure that I have that. Okay, just because. And I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to copy that from my notepad. There's a couple different ways you can do this, right? You can do the new password, right? And you can copy it, fill it, and continue. All right, and I'm gonna review my health later, but you see what happened up here? LastPass, which is this little icon way up here at the top, LastPass, which has access to this site, has automatically seen that a password change has happened, and it wants me to update it. So I'm going to update it, right? And then I'm going to say, well, maybe later I'll do this account check. So my password has now been changed and saved in my vault. Okay, so I never have to go think about that password again or look up that password or anything like that. So I can change that password whenever I need to. So and find that password whenever I need to, right? So just an example, here it comes, and I can say, hey, oh, there's because I went to this web page, it's coming up right here, and I can actually go look at it. So I can go edit it, and it's going to pop up. It's supposed to pop up in a new window. Edit item. There we go. So now you can see, that, hey, here's that strong password. If I'm sharing this with somebody else in my company, I can give it notes. Okay. The other thing that you can do here is, let's say it requires a generated code every time you log in. You can also put that one-time password in here, and we use that a lot for a lot of our customers for our accounts, our admin accounts, into different websites for our clients, because that way they're automatically generated, and that happens from our software that we use to manage our clients, but that's very similar to this. So it can actually create some one-time passwords if you forget your site password, right? You even have some advanced settings. Well, maybe we want to require the master password to be logged in. Maybe we don't care and want it to auto log in every time that we go to this website, which is not a good thing, because if somebody got into your computer, you sat down at the coffee shop and got up without locking your computer and came back and somebody had logged in or sat down at it or taken it and left it running, obviously they can get into all your websites. So you can also disable autofill so it doesn't automatically fill that stuff. This shared folder, this is where you can share it with, see, here's our shared accounting, and different things inside our shared accounting, shared marketing, management team, all that kind of stuff is in there. So I could put it in one of those folders if I wanted to, so that the rest of my management team would know my password if I was actually using this website, this email address, which I've had since I was a kid. Not a kid, but since Yahoo first started offering email. Anyways, um, so I'm going to hit cancel here. We're going to go back. We're going to go log out, uh, and I'm going to end this with, we now have this opportunity to offer LastPass to our clients as a whole. It's sold by the number of users you have. The big thing is that we need to look at is making sure that all of our customers are, uh, that everybody's on board, right? You don't want to buy 25 licenses when you have 25 users, because only 10 users are really going to use it. So we have the ability to change that on the fly. So if you start with 5 users and move up to 6 and 7, and everybody in the company starts to gain traction, then you can absolutely buy as many or as little as you need. So that's it for today. I just wanted to give a quick little run through LastPass and let y'all know what was going on there. It's a great day at Solace. I hope it's a great day for you. Thank you and have a blessed day.